Unveiling Idols, a reflection on faith and divine truth. In the shadow of Babylon's opulence, I, Daniel, stood as a stranger in a foreign land, honored by King Cyrus yet bound to a higher allegiance. My faith in the living God set me apart, a beacon amidst a culture enamored with idols. The story of Bel and the dragon and my trial in the lion's den became a crucible for my convictions, revealing the futility of false gods and the power of divine truth. As I reflect, I see not only my journey, but a universal struggle, the clash between human deception and God's unyielding reality, a testament to his faithfulness to those who trust him. Babylon worshipped Bel, an idol of clay and brass, lavished daily with flour, sheep, and wine. King Cyrus, swayed by its grandeur, asked why I refused to honor it. I worship the living God who created heaven and earth, I replied, not idols made by hands. The king, believing Bel consumed the offerings, challenged my faith. Smiling, I exposed the idol's lifelessness. This is but clay and brass. It never ate or drank. Enraged, Cyrus summoned Bel's 70 priests, threatening death unless they proved to consume the offerings. Confident in God's truth, I accepted the challenge, trusting his promise. The Lord is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. Philosophically, I contemplated the human tendency to worship what is seen. Bel's temple, with its lavish offerings, symbolized humanity's desire for tangible gods, crafted to soothe our fears. Yet, as Isaiah warns, their idols are the work of human hands, they cannot save. The priest's deception, sneaking through a hidden door to consume the offerings, mirrored the self-delusion of idolatry, where we create gods to serve our desires. My task was not just to expose Bel, but to awaken the king to the living God, whose invisible qualities have been clearly seen in creation. That night I scattered ashes across the temple floor, a subtle trap set with the king's knowledge. The priests, unaware, entered through their secret passage, devouring the offerings with their families. Morning revealed their footprints, men, women, and children, etched in the ashes. Behold the pavement, I said, showing Cyrus the truth. Furious, he seized the priests, who confessed their deceit. Bel was toppled, its temple destroyed, a fulfillment of God's judgment. The idols he shall utterly abolish. This victory was not mine, but God's, revealing his sovereignty over falsehood. Yet Babylon's idolatry persisted. The people revered a great dragon, a living creature they deemed divine. Cyrus challenged me again. This dragon eats and drinks. Can you deny it as a god? I stood firm. I worship only the Lord, the living God. With permission, I crafted lumps of pitch, fat, and hair, feeding them to the dragon, which burst apart. Behold, these are the gods you worship, I declared. This act exposed the fragility of earthly power, echoing Paul's words. God chose what is weak in the world to shame the strong. The dragon, like Bel, was no god, but a creature subject to the Creator. The Babylonians, enraged, accused Cyrus of becoming a Jew and demanded my death. Constrained, the king delivered me to the lion's den, a pit of 7 ravenous beasts, unfed to ensure my demise. 6 days I sat among them, yet no harm came. In the darkness, I reflected on God's faithfulness. Like the psalmist, I trusted, He will command His angels concerning you to guard you. My faith was not in my strength, but in God's promise to deliver the righteous. On the 6th day, a miracle unfolded. Habakkuk, a prophet in Judea, was carried by an angel to Babylon, bearing stew and bread. O Daniel, take the dinner God has sent you, he called. Grateful, I replied, you have remembered me, O God. This provision was not just sustenance, but a sign of God's care, affirming Jesus' words. Your Father knows what you need before you ask Him. The angel returned Habakkuk to Judea, a marvel of divine power transcending space and time. On the 7th day, Cyrus came to mourn me, only to find me alive. Great is the Lord, the God of Daniel, he exclaimed, pulling me from the den and casting my accusers to the lions, who devoured them instantly. This swift justice fulfilled the law. The wicked plot against the righteous, but the Lord laughs at the wicked. My deliverance was a testimony to God's supremacy, turning the king's heart to worship the true God. Reflecting, I see the lion's den as a metaphor for life's trials where faith is tested and God's presence shines brightest. Philosophically, I consider the nature of truth versus deception. Bel and the dragon represented humanity's attempt to craft meaning apart from God, but truth cannot be buried. My actions, exposing the priests, slaying the dragon, surviving the den, were not feats of cleverness but acts of obedience, trusting God's wisdom over human schemes. As Paul declares, we walk by faith, not by sight. This experience taught me that faith requires courage to confront falsehood, even at personal cost. The Babylonians' rage reflected their resistance to truth, yet God's intervention through ashes, a bursting dragon, and angelic provision revealed his sovereignty. My story is not mine alone, but belongs to all who face persecution for righteousness' sake, trusting in God's deliverance. As Peter assures, the Lord knows how to rescue the godly from trials. The fall of Bel and the dragon, and my survival in the den, became a beacon of hope for our exiled people. Cyrus's proclamation echoed through Babylon, glorifying God. I emerged not as a hero, but as a servant, my life a testament to the living God, delivers and rescues, and works signs and wonders. In Babylon's idolatry, I found a deeper truth. The Lord is good, his steadfast love endures forever. My trials were a canvas for his glory, a reminder that no idol, no lie can prevail against the God who saves.